Why do serial killers kill? Is it an innate thirst for blood that starts from a very young age? Or is it something that a pained and abusive childhood forces somebody to become? Hello, my name is Sophia Pisane. I'm an FIT student studying general psychology. Today I will be discussing the psychological debate on nature versus nurture, specifically when it comes to serial killers. Nature refers largely to our genetics. It includes the genes that we are born with and other hereditary factors that can impact how our personality is formed and influence the way we develop from childhood through adulthood. Nurture encompasses the environmental factors that impact who we are. This includes our early childhood experiences, the way we were raised, our social relationships, and the surrounding culture. I recently watched a TED Talk with a speaker named Hannah Bryant, and she said, "All serial killers are born to be evil. Seems to be the narrative that movies and TV shows push. Maybe some serial killers aren't exactly born with little devil horns, but instead are born from extensive trauma." I'm going to be talking about 3 well-known serial killers, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and Rodney Alcala, specifically researching what motivated them to murder. The first killer I'm going to be talking about is Ted Bundy. He was born to a single mother, but he was surrounded by a family that cared and supported him. They sent him to a good school, but he started showing signs of violence from a very young age. He would always get angry with his mother, and he also started to create traps for his peers, which resulted in them getting injured. He never seemed to regret these. Soon after, he turned into a full-fledged serial killer with a kill count of about 100 young women and girls. He confirmed and ended up only confessing to 28 of these murders. After watching his interviews, he never mentioned anything alarming about his childhood. This did not point to any other reasons as to why he became the prolific serial killer that he is known to be today. Therefore, in my opinion, Ted Bundy was born a killer. The second killer that I'm going to be talking about is Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer stated in an interview, quote, "Killing wasn't the objective. I just wanted to have the person under my complete control, to do as I wanted. The killing was a means to an end. This was the least satisfactory part. That's why I tried to create living zombies with uric acid in the drill. But it never worked. I just wanted to have somebody under my complete control, not having to consider their wishes, being able to keep them there as long as I wanted," unquote. Many psychologists believe that his behavioral patterns as an adult formed during his childhood when he grew up associating death with pleasure. He describes a compulsion that he felt from a very early age to dissect and inflict pain on animals. He also maintained that he had a normal childhood with no abuse or serious neglect. I believe that Jeffrey Dahmer was born a killer. The last killer that I am going to talk about today is Rodney Alcala. Rodney's criminal behavior was nurtured and influenced by external factors such as neglect from his father and the rejection of the army due to his mental illness. He was seen to have an antisocial personality disorder since he had no regard for other people and ignored the rights and feelings of his victims. Rodney seemed to have developed his criminal tendencies due to a traumatic notion that he was unwanted and unloved. Although there is little account or record of what his childhood was really like, I believe that he was born a killer due to his mental illnesses. There is an extensive debate on this topic, whether or not a person is born a killer or if they went through enough trauma to make them act like this. Even though I only covered 3 killers for this podcast, there are many more that experience both nature and nurture tendencies. In the past, researchers believed that one was more prevalent than the other, but now they believe that both have an impact on the reasoning behind somebody becoming a serial killer. But I believe that nature is more common when it comes to serial killers, specifically the ones that I have mentioned today. I believe that they all fall under the nature category. I thoroughly enjoyed researching Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and Rodney Alcala for this podcast project, especially learning more about what motivated and what drove them to commit murder. I have always been interested in watching true crime documentaries and learning more about the psychological behaviors behind these murderers. With this project, I was able to research in depth on the psychological debate on nature versus nurture and put my own opinion into it. Thank you.